me just get myself over here and live. So let me just make sure I'm broadcasting where I want to. That looks good. That looks good. So I'll just wait for that to catch up on my Facebook, and then I will do my intros. Hey everybody, it's Allison Sullivan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is on the west coast of Canada. So welcome. I'm just going to see if I'm actually going live, and it looks like I am, and I'm just going to check to make sure I've got some sound, and then we'll be good. And that was that one. This is the one I want. Yep. Looks good. So now I'm just going to, hopefully people will pop on. And it always takes a little bit of time for the streams to catch up. So I'm just going to let the stream catch up. And I'm not having a good hair day. Oh, well. As long as I have a good stamping day, that's all that matters, right? Now, I'm going to look over here. I'm just not sure why this has gone all wonky over here. So I'm going to just, oh, it decided to, sometimes it does this, which is very annoying. It zooms out. I don't know why it does it. I'm not sure. No. I don't think I can actually zoom in. So I guess I'm just going to have to live with it. I'll just have to move my camera down when we get over there. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for someone to pop on, and hopefully someone will. A couple of minutes in here, and I don't see anybody anywhere, but I am broadcasting. So I don't know. Where is everybody? Come on, everybody. Somebody join me. Okay. I'm going to just check and see. I'm going to just private message somebody and see if they can see me. See if they pop on here. And I don't know. It's been over 2 minutes, which is kind of a long time. But everything's, I'm over there on where I ought to be. So I'm not sure. I'll double check to make sure that I'm also on my Facebook page, and we'll see if I'm over there. It looks like I am on Border Buddies for sure, and then I'm just going to double check and see if I'm over there on my other one, and I am. So I just need somebody to join me. Okay. All right. Oh, there we are. Hi Keisha. Hi Ellie. Hi Kathy. Hey. Hi Sharon over there. Yay. Okay, everybody can see me now. Look at this mess. Normally, I would you just see, a zoomed in. It's got a mind of its own, and it's decided that it wants to zoom out, which looks really messy and ugly. So I'm going to have to move my camera down, which I don't like doing because then it's really close to my workstation, which makes me crazy. And even then, I can't get it overly. There we go. That's better than nothing, right, you guys? I'm going to just move all of this out of the frame. I just don't like a whole bunch of stuff where I'm trying to show you things, okay? Anyway, let's get started. So today we are using the beautiful gallery suite. This is gorgeous. Now I can look in we can actually open the pages to the catalog. So on page 52, 53, 54, and 55 is this gorgeous suite called Beautiful Gallery Suite Collection. Okay, it's absolutely stunning. It is what I would call a mega suite, meaning that it's got more than one bundle. So sometimes these have more than one bundle and more than one designer series paper, but in this case, it's got more than one bundle. So you can either get both of them or just one of them, whatever you want. Okay, so here's the two bundles, Gallery Blooms and Beautiful Motifs, and you've got the stamps and you've got the coordinating dies. Okay, so that's what we're going to use today. And let me show you what else comes in this suite. We've got this really pretty, now this I think is beige, right? Basic beige ribbon. It's 3/8 of an inch. So a centimeter if you want to do metrics. It's very nice. It's very soft. It's like linen. It's like linen. I don't think they call it linen, but to me it's linen. All right. Then there's also these embellishments, pressed flower motifs. They're a little heavy, but they won't add too much weight to your card. You can still get them in the mail. And then we've got the Damps Designs embossing folder. Now, it is not a 3D embossing folder. It has a nice, it does impress a lot. Like it's good. But you do have to use a bit of a different sandwich. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then the star of the show is always the designer series paper, in my opinion. So beautiful gallery. It's 6x6. You get 48 sheets. And I just look at this. Look at these designs. So you've got kind of the it is like a photograph, right? And then you've got the more muted side. So here's this pretty side, and then another side. Same. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. I love this one. And then you've got the nice muted side. Same with this. Whoop. This. Oh, all my pictures are upside down. Let's turn it. Got a little cottage. Little group of flowers. Like this side. This one's nice because you could actually stamp on this and create a scene on here. I like that. This one's very pretty too, like that one. So it ties into that embossing folder. This looks like somebody's taken a speckle and like drywall or plaster. This one's beautiful. Love this. We got the back. This one here, I don't know why this reminds me kind of a spooky old tree, but it does. Anyway, there we go. Okay. All right. So those are the designs. So lots to play with there. And just want to tell you this before we go on to the next thing. Every month I give a free tutorial, a 12 project tutorial to my customers. I also give it to my team for free, but for my customers, any size purchase, they're going to get this free. And this month we are featuring the beautiful gallery. And you can see I team up with demonstrators from around the world. You might recognize some of the names. And Rachel Tessman and Jackie Williams, Erica Serwin, Kylie Bertucci. So you may recognize some of those names. And we get together and we each produce a project. We give you the measurements in metric and imperial. And we give you the supplies. And we also give you a video tutorial. So you can see exactly how to make the cards. At 4 o'clock today, 4 p.m. Pacific time, if you go to my blog, which is stampcrazy with Allison.ca, we're having a blog hop. So go over there and see some more projects. Okay. Should we get started? I think so. All right. So I love this suite. It reminds me of a style that I used to do quite a bit, more like a vintage style. So what I've got here, this is one of the new in colors. This is Cloud Cover. So it's sort of a gray blue, silvery blue. See, I've got a shadow there. I'm really sorry, guys. I probably can't help that because I've had to lower my camera, which is now like 8 inches off the table, believe it or not. So my apologies. I've got a piece of the designer series paper. I've cut it to 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, maybe not. I think I might have actually made it a bit smaller. Let's see. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay. So I've also got a coordinating piece. Hi, Leslie, over there on my border buddies. I've also got a piece of pretty in pink in the same size. So 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay. Don't those look nice together? I've got a little piece of the soft sea foam, and then I've got a little piece of another new color, which is called Secret Sea. So it's a really nice gray, I guess. I don't know what the sea, I don't know why they named it that. It doesn't make sense to me, but hey, I'm not in charge of naming. Okay. All right, so let's do a few things. The first thing I want to do is I want to emboss this piece. So we're going to grab that embossing folder, that Damps embossing folder. And I told you that I would show you the sandwich because it's not the same as a 3D. Okay, so for this one, you're going to grab your platform 1, your clear plate, your embossing folder, and your paper. and then another clear plate, okay? Because it doesn't, it needs the pressure from the 2 plates versus the gray plate, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to run this through. Now I am using the regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because, of course, it can't go through the mini. It's too wide, okay? So there we go. Now, if you wanted, you could do a lot of stuff. You could really rough this up and make it really vintage. You could add some color to it. I'm just going to leave it as is. This is bugging me, this light. So let's see if I move that. Oh, that helps. Okay. So I've got that done. Now I want to do some stamping. I've got the piece of designer series paper. I've pre-cut it, as I told you. I'm going to grab a scrap. I'm going to grab the Secret C. You hear a little clip, clip, clip of little patter of feet. It's my dog, and she's coming in to say hello. Don't know what she's doing other than she's under my feet. Now, what I want to do, you guys, is I want to, this is a very strong color, and I don't want it that strong. I'm going to stamp it off once. I'm actually going to stamp it off again, and then I'm going to just stamp it right onto my paper. And I know that for the purposes of what you're looking at right now, you probably can't see it as dark, not as dark, but as, you won't be able to see it as well. Let's put it that way. And that's okay. So I'm just wanting to stamp a few things on here. And each time I'm just doing 2 stamps off, okay? I could have actually done this. Could have turned my stamp. Okay, so that's what I've ended up with. So it's just a really kind of subtle background. But then I want to take this other image. So these are the images I'm using. I'm using this one from Gallery Blooms, and I'm using this one from Beautiful Motifs. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go full strength on here. I might have, on my original card, I might have actually stamped this off once, but since I can't remember, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go full. Okay, so I've got that at the top and the bottom. So I just wanted to give it a little bit of interest. I just didn't want to put just the designer series paper there. And then I'm also going to grab a piece of basic white because I want to stamp the main image, which is this flower here. Okay. So I'm going to just add my ink. So again, this is Secret C. Now you could use gray, you could use black, but I really like this new color. I love it as a neutral. And I'm getting my ink everywhere. Here we go. That down. Okay, there we go. Now let's color. Hi Diane, how are you, love? We've got soft sea foam, and I've got Pretty in Pink, and I've got a color lifter. Okay, so I'm going to take actually just the dark soft sea foam. I'm not going to blend this. Actually, it's quite a light color, so I don't think I need to fuss around with, you know, lights and darks. I think I'm just going to go completely light here, or dark, sorry, which is kind of light. So I'm just going to color these leaves and stems. I think we got those. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the pink. And I believe I used, I don't know if I used the dark or the light. I should make notes. So let me just see how, let me see what I get when I do this. Okay, I think I used the dark. So I'm going to take the dark, but I'm not blending anything today, you guys. I'm just going around and adding a little bit of color. I don't want too much color. I want it to be quite subtle. So I'm not coloring in the whole flower. I'm just adding color almost just to the bottom of the leaves, really. So I'm just scribbling, really. Okay, but I'm not going to be adding any light to this. Like I said, I didn't want a full on color on my images there. I just wanted it quite subtle. And I see where I've missed a leaf. So let's go in and add that. So let me hold that up so you can see. Well, hi Mo, it's okay. So you can see it's quite subtle. Now, what I did on my original, I did take a colored lifter and I just went over it and kind of blended out the edges. But I'm not sure on this one that I just did whether I even need to do that. I think it's quite subtle and soft. So there we go. Okay, so just a really, really subtle coloring. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and cut that out. We've got a coordinating die, which we love. We have coordinating dies, don't we? Let's just put that on, and then I am going to hold it in place with some repositionable tape because I don't want that to move when I'm putting it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I'm going to grab my plates here. And I want to cut that out, but I also want to cut out 2 of these leaves. So I'm just going to add that. Let's run those through. Hope everybody's doing well. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. How's everybody doing? It was raining today, but then it stopped raining. I haven't looked outside. I think it got nice again. It's kind of confusing because it was really hot here yesterday. Boy, hot in a good way. I don't mean, I'm not complaining. Not hot, like, oh my gosh, it's too hot. I don't know. I was on the phone to my doctor once and I said, I don't know if I said, oh, it's really hot. I think I did. And he said, oh, please don't say that because then when the winter comes, everyone's going to be complaining it's too cold. And I thought, he's right. He's a very positive person. So I think he was like, you know, be grateful for what you've got. I think that's what he was trying to say. And so I think he's right. Okay. As long as we don't get one of those heat domes that we had about 4 years ago. It was horrible. People died. A lot of people died, like hundreds. So otherwise, I can just live with warm. Warm fills us up, doesn't it? I think. And I guess the cold makes us grateful for the hot weather, right? I guess. Okay. How's everybody else doing? Nobody's saying a word. You're all just watching, I hope. Okay, so here's all our stuff. Here's all our little bits. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this piece and we're kind of making this kind of look. Okay, so I want to kind of just have it like this. So just a little bit of pink is showing through and this is kind of on an angle. Okay, now what I did was, I don't know how I did this, you guys. I just was playing with it and it actually worked out. So I took my ribbon and then I went around, give myself a little bit of room there, a little bit of runway. There we are. I kind of went around like this and I just wrapped it without gluing anything because I don't know, I was feeling confident, I guess. And then what I want to do, oops, is, you know what, I'm going to cut this off because I don't want to push my luck. All right, so I got this, and then I'm going to just tie this off in a bow. And I wanted a nice, kind of a larger bow. This is a very soft ribbon, so you don't have to worry about it being too bulky. It won't be, even though I've run it around a couple of times, okay? And so then we'll just trim this off like so. All right, then what I did was, see, this isn't glued to each other, nor is it glued to the card. So I kind of did that, saw where I wanted it, and then I added my glue. Love my white glue, and when you've got an embossed piece, it really does allow the glue to get into all those little crevices that the embossing has created, which I like. So I'm going to just do it like this. Okay, and then because I haven't glued this down, I'm going to just turn this the way I want. And then I'm just going to add some glue here. Maybe a little bit of glue in the corner. And some glue down in this corner. just like that. And a little bit more here. So I don't know. Normally I would glue this down and then I glue that down, and you know, but I didn't want to. Plus I wanted this to be around both pieces. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. And then let's grab the dimensionals. You catch the last. Okay, bye, Keisha. See ya. Thanks for joining. Come back and see the whole project later. Now here, I gotta be careful. I don't want popping up on my actual ribbon. I want to make sure, well, I do, I guess, want to have it on the ribbon, but I'm going to put it on the ribbon. Can you see that? I've just put the dimensional down like so, okay? Then I'm going to take these off. And we'll get that on there. I love these flowers. And I love the, what I would call vintage look. So when I get that where I want, which is about there, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to, this one, I should put a dimensional on here, but I don't want to put one that skinny on here. I was going to just let it, I'm just going to glue it, just the bottom of the stem, okay? It's not going to make a difference just because the rest of it's higher. It's going to be okay. Then I've got these pieces that on my original, I just tucked in, which I'm going to try and do on this one. So rather than try and stick this on as I'm working, I'm going to just hold my breath and hope I can just sneak those under. So let's try that. Ooh, look at that. That worked. Under there. And this guy. Oop, lots of glue. This is a brand new glue. Brand new glue. Okay. Who here watches hockey? There's been some wild games, hasn't there? Wild. I love this part of the playoffs when it's like the first round and the second round. It's just wild. Okay, now I'm going to be putting some of the embellishments on, but let's put a sentiment. So I've got this little piece of Secret C, and I picked the thank you. I've always got cards to send out, thank you cards. And got my embossing buddy that takes all those oils that we put on our, that we get on our fingers, on gets the oil off the piece of paper, and that way when we add our embossing powder, we're not going to have all this stray powder. Ooh, that is a very tiny little piece, isn't it? Oh, I'm feeling optimistic today. There we go. Okay. So we'll put all this back in, and we'll do that. And I'm just going to give this a tiny little flick and get the heat tool. Now I would use my tweezers, but I don't have them here. So I'm just going to use my take a pick in the corner here, just so this doesn't go flying all over the place. So, you know, when you heat set, you're melting that powder. So you're going to have to warm up your heat gun. And then you're going to, as it starts to melt, you're going to carefully and evenly move it across until the entire piece is embossed. Just like that. Then I want to put this somewhere, I think about there. So I do want a dimensional on this end because it's going to have to be the same height as my flower, which of course. Hi, Wilma from the Netherlands. Thank you for joining. Oh my goodness, nice to see you here. Okay, so what happens is this is going to get glued to this flower that's already raised, and the dimensional is going to raise this side to the same height. So then everything's the same height, okay? Yeah, watch it from the beginning, Wilma. Let me know what you think. And you guys, I do have that blog hop in an hour and a half over on my blog. So stamp crazy with Allison.ca, and it's going to have my fellow tutorial people from around the world. We're all posting something. I don't know if there's 12 of us participating. There may be less, but have a look. There'll be at least 5 of us, I'm sure. Okay, so that's my card. So this was the one that I did originally. Hi from Minnesota, Randy. Nice to see you. My best friend lives in Minnesota. She lives in Alexandria, which I think is about a couple of hours from the Twin Cities, I think, and kind of in the Lake District. Anyway, nice to see a Minnesota person here. Okay, so that was my card that I made before the class, and then this class before my presentation today. And then there's the one we did together. Do you want to see some others? I showed you this one the other day. This has got all the in colors behind it, which I really love. And then just a really simple flower, not even colored in. How easy is that? Okay, and then my sister, Ellie, who's on this call, she made some beautiful, thanks, Ellie. She made me some beautiful cards. And I'm actually, Ellie, I've got an extra. I'm going to send you this one because look, she gave me like so many of these cards using this set. Anyway, here it is. This one she did, and it's one of those step cards. Isn't that pretty? Love it. She's colored that in, done some beautiful coloring. She's also put Wink Costello on the flowers. You can't see it, but she has. And then I really love this one. This is these frames are from the dies that go with, I think it goes with the beautiful motifs, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it goes with one of the sets. And again, she's colored that in, but look what she did. She offset this. So instead of, turning it and making it really, I love the way she's got this one straight, this one turned, and then she's turned her flowers. So it gives some interest in it, right? So thanks, Ellie, for that. And I will be sending you off your card. Now, let me just, oh gosh, this is ridiculous. Hello, I have to get this. You should see my phone. It's like 1 inch from the table now. I don't know how I can stop it from zooming. I'm going to have to ask somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, with the streaming, I mean. Okay, let's come over here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Okay, so what time? Oh, look at me. I'm ahead of time. Okay. All right, you guys, I think I've seen everybody's comments. Let me see. Thank you, Wilma. Yeah, watch it from the beginning, and you can see it. It's a really simple card to put together, actually. It looks complicated, but it's not. All right, got everybody? Yeah, got everybody. Okay, so I did say that I give this tutorial. I'll bring this back in for freedom. Anybody purchases from me, but if you don't live in Canada, you can't purchase from me. So you can just purchase the tutorial, and it's $19.50 Canadian. So you can translate it into your own currency. Okay. Or I guess the system, however you pay it by PayPal, will switch it for you. Okay. And then it's an immediate download. So you pay and you get immediately you'll be able to download the 12 projects. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me. It's Wednesday. Gosh, can't believe it. Now, Sunday is Mother's Day, but my son is taking me out on Friday, so I'm not doing anything on Sunday morning. So I will be back on Sunday morning. Yeah, see you Sunday, Diane. 10 a.m. Pacific time, Sunday. Same back channel. I'm here at 10 a.m. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy days from around the world. It's so nice. And we'll see you hopefully on Sunday, or at least if I don't see you live, you can find me on YouTube. Stamp Crazy is my channel, and head over there and you'll see all my previous YouTube videos. All right.